Yeah. I'm a little guy. Whew. All right. Get this set. All right. Good morning, everyone. My name is John Lee Love, and I've been an Aeon resident for 20 years. I'm glad to be sharing my story with you today. But first, to be able to show you who I am, I need to start from where I came from. Growing up, I didn't have much support. When I was 2 years old, my dad was given a life sentence for a crime he didn't commit. My mom did the best she could for us. She struggled with addiction. Most days, there were different men coming in and out of our house. I knew it was wrong, but I just ignored it. I tried to do the best I could, but I was only 9 years old. Growing up poor, I developed a hustler mindset. I did odd jobs around Minneapolis, anything I could find to make a little money. But it wasn't enough. So my brother taught me the way of the streets, how to use a gun, how to hold my own. In just a few years, I fully mastered the gang life. By 17, I've been arrested 3 times with facing my first felony charge. I was incarcerated for 3 months before my trial. While locked up, I felt relief. For the first time in my life, I got to relax. No more being a parent to my siblings, watching my back on the streets. For once, the pressure was off. After 3 months, I went to trial and received a felony conviction. The judge wanted to give me a harsh sentence, but Operation De Novo, a nonprofit organization, advocated for me. They knew I could turn my life around. I was put on probation and joined a strict program that sent me in the right direction. Soon after, my sister and I wandered into YouthLink, where I found a connection to Aeon. That was the moment my life began to change. At 18, I moved into my first apartment at Archdale, one of Aeon's properties. The first few nights in my home, I felt something new, comfort. Aeon made me feel safe. There weren't any drugs or violence in my home. When I first moved in, I had nothing to my name. No groceries, no stable job, nothing. But I had a place to call my own. At Archdale, I was assigned a caseworker named Marcus. We worked every day and got me on the right track. Even though I was ready to get out of the street life, I struggled to unlearn the mindset. Sometimes I felt like I was in a room full of cats being a lion because I wasn't on the same path with everyone. I was similar to everyone else, but more dangerous. I was always on edge. Marcus accepted this about me. He helped me learn that I didn't have to fight all the time. He made sure I had access to healthcare and food. He even helped me create my resume. Because of that, I got hired at a temp agency that only place that would hire felons. After a few years without steady work, I knew I needed a long-term, steady job. I found a position at Namco, my first permanent job. While at Aeon, I stayed connected with YouthLink and frequently revisit the GD Drop-In Center. With support of With support of Marianne, my case manager I worked with, I finished my education while working, and in 2012, I received my GED. Marianne works at Aeon. Her unwavering support for me and my journey has meant so much. You guys gotta give me a second. She always believed I can continue to grow and be resilient. While a safe home and supports like Marianne and Marcus, I made it further in life than I ever thought I would. When people hear about Aeon, they think of affordable housing. Aeon is affordable housing, but there's more to it. When you live at Aeon, you're not just a rent check. You're a living, breathing person whose needs are important. When I pay rent, I know my money is going to make a difference. With my support and yours, Aeon can help others like me. More people will have a chance to find safety. Not only do I have a safe home, I have the time and stability to do what I love. Since living with Aeon, I became an author, something I've never thought was possible 25 years ago. I also started my own brand called Personal Evolution. I created it as a tribute to my life's journey. I am so proud of how far I've come. When people ask how I made it this far today, my answer is Aeon. I know this may sound weird, but it's true. Before Aeon, I wanted to make changes in my life, but I didn't have the resources. Not every organization will take a chance on an 18-year-old with a conviction, but they did. Most people living in the street life don't live very long. If Aeon didn't help me get out, I wouldn't be here today. In the 20 years since I moved into my apartment at Archdale, I experienced highs and lows. I've become a father. I experienced job loss. I've even gone through a divorce. I have written books, volunteered in my community, and struggled with my mental health. Despite all I've been through, I'm still here. I've become a new person through Aeon, someone who has hope for the future, who has a safe place to call home, who can give back to the community. I made it this far because of your support and Aeon. But I'm not the only person who needs your help. 17-year-old John Lee Love is not the only scared little boy stuck in a dangerous lifestyle. Every day, Minnesotans find themselves with nowhere to go, with no other choice but the path they're dealt. They need your support too. I am hopeful that together we can support our neighbors going through something like my story. Thank you, all of you, for being here today and listening to my story. Thank you for everything you do to help people get back on their feet. Thank you for the way that you helped me find a stable home. Thank you.
Thank you.